Hi, I'm Oga. I sometimes make videos mostly on Minecraft and they kinda suck, but I also mostly make some silly projects on Minecraft. Friday Night Funkin' sometimes, and other stuff, including Geometry Dash. And this video is about one of those projects on Geometry Dash, Spike Rush. I will be giving some developer commentary explaining on how, when, and why I made this level. So if that's your thing, you should stick around. Okay, awesome transition, let's go. So I was watching a video a while back by... I don't know, I don't really remember. But anyways, he set up a key system in Geometry Dash for when you press a certain key on your keyboard, your character teleports to a specific point. And then I was thinking, hey, you can make a game out of this. Come on, do it. So then I tried making the system for myself and it worked really well. Also, back then I was kind of trash with the editor. I mean, I made a lot of levels, but I did not know how any of the triggers worked. So then I expanded on the idea and set up 4 lanes and made spikes go down towards you, which you would have to dodge, and I really like that idea. From playing other games, I realized that you don't always need to have text on the screen that tells you what to do. You can just kind of figure it out, and the level design should make it so it's pretty understandable. So then I made a whole short, easy level, and then another, and another, and another, and another. Anyways, let's backtrack a little. So I made a few levels and a few different spikes. Let me explain a little about how I did that. The first level is self-explanatory, you just dodge the spikes. The keybinds are a little inconvenient, but on the Geometry Dash version that I am currently on, which is 2.206, you can change the keybinds, so you're kind of stuck using this as your setup, which isn't too bad, but it could be better. Hey, I heard this feature is coming in 2.3 though, so hey, only 9 years late. Anyways, on the second level, I drastically ramped up the difficulty by increasing the spike speed, spike amount, and sound length. I also added a new spike type, the green spike. Okay, so this is how the green spike works. Basically, once it goes halfway down towards you, it's going to go to the right lane, to your right. Right lane. Yeah, right lane. So yeah, then it's on the right lane, and then it continues going down like nothing ever happened. At first you would think the green spike would make it more difficult, but when you play the level long enough, you'll realize that the most left green spike is always going to be empty. I made this very tweakable with one group. If the spike has group 113, it will be a green spike which goes one lane to the right. I made this with an area move trigger and a pulse trigger. If you're curious and want to edit the level for some reason, these are the very scaled up ones at the start. Oh yeah, I don't know why, but I really like the song pop-up that I made, which tells you what song is playing. It's still missing the artist attached to it, and originally it wasn't see-through, so you can imagine how that went. Oh, I forgot to say this, but the level ID is in the description of this video. Then on the next level, I made these lines, which indicate that something is about to change. For example, the spike speed, color of the level, etc. Honestly, this level is kind of trash and probably the worst of them all. I might go back and change this one up like crazy in the future, but for now, I'm gonna keep it. I made it a little easier, but it's still pretty bad. Okay, next level. About here, I realized that the levels are lacking a lot of decoration and personality. So for the next level, I switched it up and added a background. I mean, there were backgrounds, but they weren't that detailed. Wait, where am I? Also here, I added a new spike variant, which is the blue spike. It's very simple and doesn't affect the game too much. It just turns invisible when it approaches you. After that, the background changes a little more. Also, this level uses a song that isn't from the song library. Oh yeah, and a note about the previous level backgrounds. Most of them were made with pretty much with just one particle. They were added at the very end of the level development. Okay, to the next and for now last level. Oh, wrong clip. Level 5 doesn't add too much to the mix, except that I spent the longest on it to make it be a good finale to the level. It's easily the hardest level out of all of them, but I think it's worth it. I'll make you say how proud. Anyways, level 5 has the most going for it for decoration, which for all the levels before I will come back to them in the future and add on to them. After this level, I decided to make the intro and menu for the level. I spent way too much time on this menu, and I mean too much time. I made this cool little animation that could still be improved, but I like it for what it is. Oh yeah, while recording, I accidentally pressed that 2x speed boost to speed it up, but I didn't want to re-record it. Then we'll get to the main part, the main menu. In this menu, you gain control over your character and you can choose one of 3 options: play, mods, or free play. Let's start off with play. It basically does everything like I said it does before, but you have to press play instead of getting put into the level instantly. The way I did this, I just took the entire gameplay and put it into a spawn trigger that gets triggered every time you click the play button. Next we got mods. These are basically small modifications to anything in the level that you can activate if you want. They're not mandatory, but there will be more coming in the future. Write down some ideas in the comments if you have any ideas for the modifiers or anything else in general. And lastly, we got free play, which I will probably rename later. Here you can choose which level or song you want to play specifically. This menu can definitely be improved, like showing the song above it. It was kind of rushed. I like the little transitions into these settings. I was originally gonna make it so you can't actually walk in this level and you needed to use the keybuttons. But then I realized I have to make all of that, so then I didn't do that. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. So I'm just gonna finish off. This is version 1 of the level and I have a lot of ideas left to expand onto. I am definitely going to continue making this level, and I already started on level 6 and a lot of other stuff. While making this, I tried to organize the editor to have labels on what does what, so you can mess around if you can understand what you're looking at. I am making this video to try to get this level to get rated or something, but I also want to improve my editing. I would think maybe rating it epic, but I don't know if it deserves that much. Someone said mythic, and thanks for saying that, but mythic means the level has to be pretty much perfect. The level has to work properly, not be laggy, everything has to be explanatory and very easy to understand. I think these cutouts of me are a little silly, but I don't care. Anyways, thanks for sticking around until the end. I hope to see you back sometime. Uh-oh.